June 22, 1941. 3 million German soldiers stand on the Soviet border. Operation Barbarossa is about to begin. But what if Hitler said no? What if Germany never invaded the Soviet Union? What if the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact held and Germany focused every resource, every soldier, every factory on defeating Britain and the United States instead? Most people assume Germany would have won. No. Eastern Front means no Stalingrad, no Kursk, number 3 million German casualties. All those divisions could defend France, Italy, North Africa. All those tanks could stop D-Day. Germany fights a one-front war against the West and wins. Here's the problem. The economics don't support that conclusion. Germany invaded the Soviet Union because they had to. Not for ideology, not for Lebanon's realm, but because the German war machine was running out of oil. Without conquering Soviet resources, Germany couldn't sustain a long war against anyone. This is the story of why avoiding the Eastern Front wouldn't have saved Germany. It would have doomed them faster. Because wars aren't won by saving soldiers. They're won by securing resources. And Germany didn't have them. Here's the question. If Germany never fought the Soviet Union, would they have had the oil to outlast Britain and America? In our last video, we examined the opposite. Germany versus USSR only. This video flips it. Could Germany survive without conquering Soviet resources? The answer will surprise you. If you're into history that breaks down the economics behind the battles, let's establish the alternate timeline. Germany conquers Poland and France as historically. The Dunkirk evacuation succeeds. France surrenders June 1940. Britain remains at war but isolated. But then Hitler makes a different choice. June 1941. Instead of launching Operation Barbarossa, Hitler maintains the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. Germany focuses everything on defeating Britain and the United States. December 7, 1941. Japan attacks Pearl Harbor. 4 days later, Hitler declares war on the United States. So by December 41, Germany is at war with Britain and America, but not the Soviet Union. Germany has saved 3 million soldiers from the Eastern Front. D-Day will face stronger defenses. Italy will be harder to invade. This sounds like a massive advantage, but here's what doesn't change. Germany's oil crisis. In May 1941, the German High Command conducted a fuel analysis. Military requirements 7.25 million barrels per month. Available supplies 5.35 million barrels. That's a 26% deficit every single month. German planners calculated fuel reserves would be exhausted by August 1941. Weeks, not months. This mathematical reality forced Operation Barbarossa. It wasn't ideology. It was arithmetic. Germany produced 5.7 million tons of oil annually. A fully mobilized military needs 10 to 12 million tons. That's a 6 million ton gap. Romania provides 2 million tons. Soviet trade provides 600,000 tons. Total, roughly 9 million tons, still 3 million tons short. In the historical timeline, Germany invaded to capture the Caucasus oil fields 8 to 10 million tons annually. That would nearly double their supply. But in this alternate timeline, Germany doesn't invade. Baku remains in Soviet hands. Germany never gets that oil. So where does Germany get them additional 3 million tons they need? They don't. Which means Germany can't sustain full mobilization. Fuel rationing begins immediately. Tanks sit idle. Aircraft are grounded. The Vermika's effectiveness degrades not from casualties but from fuel shortages. Germany attempted to solve this through synthetic fuel plants. By 1943, these produced 4 to 5 million tons annually. But the Allies targeted these plants with precision bombing. The Leona and Pulitz plants were destroyed repeatedly. 1944, synthetic fuel production collapsed. Here's the fundamental problem. Germany's economy is a deficit economy. It consumes more resources than it produces. And who does Germany face? Britain and the United States. Two nations with access to global resources. Britain imports oil from the Middle East. The United States produces 50% of the world's oil. Germany faces enemies with unlimited resources while operating on a deficit. This is not sustainable. In the historical timeline, American aid was split. 11 billion to the USSR, 31 billion to Britain. In this alternate timeline, all 42 billion goes to defeating Germany. American industrial production is staggering. In 1943, the United States produces 29,500 tanks and 84,853 aircraft. Germany produces 6,000 tanks and 25,000 aircraft. America outproduces Germany 5 to 1. By 1944, the United States was producing more aircraft annually than Germany produced in its entire war. The US built 96,318 aircraft in 44 alone. Germany's total wartime production was 110,000 to 130,000 spread across 6 years. The strategic bombing campaign intensifies without an eastern front to distract Germany. By 1943, every major German fuel facility is under systematic attack. Germany has no eastern front reserves to rebuild damaged infrastructure. Every factory destroyed stays destroyed. So, when the Allies invade, what chance does Germany have? Germany has more divisions. In France, the Eastern Front tied down 150 to 180 German divisions. Some are now available for Western defense. Germany could have 70 to 80 divisions defending France instead of 50. The Allies can wait. Every month that passes, Germany's fuel stocks decline. Every month, American factories produce more material. They build up overwhelming force and invade. When ready, by 1944, the Allies have complete air dominance. When D-Day comes, 5,000 Allied aircraft support the landing Germany has a few hundred serviceable aircraft, many grounded due to fuel shortages. Those divvies. By late 1943, fuel was so scarce that the Wehrmacht converted to horse-drawn transport. By 1944, the German army relied on approximately 1 million horses for logistics, more than Napoleon's Grand Army. German infantry divisions moved at the pace of marching horses, while American divisions moved by truck. When Americans advanced 20 miles in a day, German infantry covered 8. When Americans retreated, they were gone in an hour. When Germans retreated, their horse-drawn columns were caught by mechanized pursuers. The mobility gap was insurmountable. But Germany's situation is about to get worse. Much worse. By mid-1944, Germany's resource situation reaches a breaking point. On August 23, 1944, Romania switched sides and joined the Allies. Germany lost access to the Pest oil fields overnight. This removed 2 million tons of annual oil supply, 40% of Germany's total. German military planners immediately recognized this as catastrophic. Without Romanian oil and with synthetic plants destroyed, the Wehrmacht had no sustainable fuel source remaining. By September, the Luftwaffe was effectively grounded. Tank divisions were immobilized. The Wehrmacht became a pre-industrial army. Horses replaced trucks. Supply trains moved at walking pace. German tank units in Normandy faced crippling fuel shortages throughout July and August. Panzer divisions reported receiving fuel allocations for only a fraction of their tanks. Fully operational Panthers sat immobilized in fields while American Shermans maneuvered freely. German commanders described the situation as fighting with one hand tied behind their backs. The strategic bombing campaign reached maximum intensity. Allied bombers faced minimal resistance. The Leuna synthetic fuel plant near Leipzig was bombed 22 times between May and December. Each raid destroyed critical infrastructure. German crews rebuilt what they could. But the Americans returned faster than repairs could be completed. By September, production had fallen 90%. By October, the plant was effectively non-operational. Every remaining fuel plant across Germany met the same fate. Every steel mill was bombed into rubble. By early 1945, Germany was producing almost no new equipment. The existing equipment ran out of fuel. The Wehrmacht became hollow. Soldiers without fuel, tanks without ammunition, aircraft without pilots. There's one factor we haven't discussed. The atomic bomb. Had Germany held out until summer 1945, the bomb would have been used on Germany instead of Japan. Berlin, Hamburg, Munich would have become targets. Germany would have surrendered after the first bomb, but the war doesn't reach that point. Germany collapses in spring 45 from fuel starvation, not atomic fire. Allied armies advance steadily. By spring 1945, they're crossing the Rhine. Germany's military has disintegrated due to lack of supplies. The German command sues for peace. Germany surrenders roughly the same time frame as historically. So if avoiding the Eastern Front doesn't save Germany, why did Hitler invade at all? The common assumption is that avoiding the Eastern Front saves Germany. 3 million soldiers survive. All those troops defend France. D-Day becomes harder. Maybe Germany negotiates a settlement. But the economic reality is the opposite. Germany invaded the Soviet Union because their resource deficit was unsustainable.